Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to use sliding to get more kills just like this.
Get back out there.
Alright guys, so I broke this tutorial down into 3 simple parts. The first part, I'm going to be giving you the best controller settings to make sliding a lot easier for you. For the second part, I'm briefly going to go over why sliding is important and how it gives you an advantage. And also in the second part, I'm going to be showing you guys 2 sliding techniques that I like to use that really give you a massive advantage in any gunfight. And then finally, for the last part, we're going to be going over like multiple clips of me breaking down how I slid, the timing of how to slide, and when to use each technique. We're going to be going over all of that at the very end. All that being said though, let's get right into part 1 right now. Alright guys, let's go ahead right into our settings, go into your options, then go to controller. So by default, everybody starts off on the one called button layout preset default. Now, I want you guys to change this because what this is going to make you do, it's going to make you have to slide using your B button. And that's very bad because whenever you go to slide, you're having to take your thumb off of your joystick to press the slide button. Versus if you change it from default to tactical, now you're going to be sliding and crouching using your joystick, which makes sliding so much easier and you're going to be able to do it so much more smoothly and you're not going to mess up nearly as much. So, for the second thing I want you guys to change, I want you to go down here to the very bottom, and it's going to be the one called slide behavior. Now, by default, you're going to have this on hold, and that's going to make your sliding just a little bit more clunky. You're not going to be able to do it as very smoothly. So, I want you to change that over to tap, which is a lot better. And then finally, for the last setting I want you guys to change is automatic sprint. If you have this on disabled, it's going to make sliding a lot more like slower for you. So, what I mean is, whenever you turn this on automatic tactical sprint, what it's going to do is you're going to get your best slide. See how it automatically throws your gun up? That means whenever you go to slide, it's going to be the fastest slide possible, and it's automatically going to help you. Each time you go for a slide, you're going to automatically have that up. That way you don't have to, do that annoying double clicking every time you want to slide. That gets really annoying. Alright guys, moving on to the second part, let's go ahead and briefly talk about why is sliding important anyways. So, one of the biggest reasons sliding is important is because it's going to give you like a movement advantage. It's going to make you a lot harder of a target to hit versus just moving and then aiming in your gun. Whenever you slide around a corner and aim in your gun, you're going to be coming around that corner a lot faster, and most basic players and even pro players and just better players are going to have a lot more time, struggling to hit you whenever you're sliding around a corner versus when you're slowly walking aimed in. Alright guys, so now let's go and go over the 2 techniques that I got for you guys. So first off, let's just show you how to do a basic slide so that you know how to do it now that you've changed your settings to the ones I've showed you. So what you're going to do is, you're going to go immediately to your sprint button. Once you're getting in a sprint, all you have to do is press in the other joystick and it's going to slide for you. Now, once you get that down, what you're going to do is, whenever you press slide, you're going to press it one more time. See how I did that? Once you press slide, you press it one more time, and that's going to cancel your slide, which is going to allow you to aim in your weapon a lot faster. See, if we try to just slide around a corner and aim in like that, it's a lot slower. But if we slide around the corner, stop herself, it's a lot faster. Alright, so now that you guys know how to slide with your new settings, let's go and go over like times that I would slide, right? So let's say there's a guy right here, he's just aimed in, he's about to come at us, he's like slowly moving up around us, and we're behind here. So we hear him coming. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get on the back end of your cover wherever you are, and all you're going to do is run and slide out at him. Now the best thing you want to do is you want to slide before you're out of the cover. What I mean by that is, don't wait to slide till you're like, out here in the open. You want to slide behind your cover, so we slide out, and it's going to make it a lot harder for them to see you. And if you do this correctly, you should be able to shoot at them a whole probably 2 seconds, 1 to 2 seconds before they can even shoot you back. Alright guys, so for the first technique, let's talk about how to slide and get behind somebody. So, the best way to do this is, whenever you're sitting here behind your cover, right, and you hear somebody slowly walking up on you, what you're going to want to do is, you're going to wait till you hear them right about where you are. So once they're like really close to you, once you hear that in your headset, that somebody's very close to you, what you're going to do is, you're going to slide right out at them, and then you're going to spin around at the same time. If you notice how I turn around here, it's basically kind of like sliding backwards. So you have to turn around to get behind your enemy. Because this guy, you know, he's walking in slowly, aimed in around the corner. You know, he's coming at you. What you're going to do is you're going to slide immediately around this corner and then turn around. And then you can take shots at him. And most of the time, you're going to see this just catches people off by surprise. And you're going to be able to kill so many people, even sweats like this. So for the second technique, it's going to be all about this tactical right here called the stim. This thing is going to give you an insane speed boost. I highly recommend running this thing. And if you want to use it all the time, you could throw on restock. That's going to be very powerful. Now, what a stim does in Warzone, it gives you a massive speed boost. And if you combine it with a slide, it can make you zoom. And I'm going to be breaking down a clip later in the video of what I mean by make you zoom. So how do we stim slide? The best way to do it is, whenever you're sitting here behind cover, you're going to pop the stim first, click it, and then you're going to go about doing a normal slide around that corner. And it's going to give you a massive speed boost whenever you do this. And that's basically how you stim slide. So now that I've talked to you guys about the two techniques, let's go ahead and get into these clips and break them down so that you guys can understand when and where to use these. Alright guys, let's go ahead and break down this first clip right here of us using the slide technique to get behind somebody. So, playing it right now. As you can see, this guy caught me by surprise. And I slide out at him, get right behind him. So let's go ahead and break down like what was going through my mind. Why did I use that right there, right? So, off the bat, once this guy catches me off guard, I had no idea he's here. I get back to cover. Always get back behind cover when you can. Then the second thing I go for here is I'm listening for him like to do anything like reloading or sprint out at me. Because you don't want to slide at somebody when they're aimed in ready to shoot at you. You want to listen for like a cue to go out. Like somebody reloading their gun, there's a good time to go out. So that's what I do. I immediately slide through the door and he's running. He's also running and it times perfectly where he's running looking at the door. And I slide out and get behind him. So that's the first clip. Alright guys, for this second clip, we're going to be showing you like an example of whenever you might be in a door or something, you might have a guy, you can always use a door to your advantage. They give you a very good advantage whenever you have to slide. So check this out. We're landing in, we get lasered off the bat, lose a lot of health. I shut the door, listen for him, then I slide out, get those shots off on him. And if you notice, whenever I do this, a lot of the times the guys don't shoot back. And you'll always hear people complain about, why don't they shoot back at big YouTubers? It's because of stuff like this. Whenever you surprise somebody, they don't even have time to react to you. Whenever you're just being normal and just aiming in your gun and shooting, anybody can predict that. This guy had no idea that I was going to do this. You can literally hear him. I close the door right here. I listen for the sprint noise. Then I jump out at him. Always listen for them to come to you first. Whenever you're doing this, that will always give you advantage. Alright guys, so for the third clip, I wanted to show you guys like in the gulag basically. Give you an example of in the gulag how you can use this to take advantage of sliding in the gulag to win more gulags. So, what we do right here is, I always go for my strategy of running right to this wall, then I go for this staircase. Immediately notice the guy. This guy had no idea what happened to where I went and all. And that's kind of like what I meant by getting behind somebody. It's getting out of their view where they don't even know where you go. And you have so much opportunity to take free shots at somebody. So watch one more time. As soon as I see this guy, I don't even shoot. I immediately turn my screen and go for a slide. As soon as you get that sprint going, you go for the slide. Watch how far away I get. Boost away, and then you turn around. As soon as you go for the slide, you immediately turn around to where the guy was, and then you take the shots. And that's all you got to do. Now let's get into the fourth one, where I'm going to be breaking down a stim slide. Alright guys, so let's get into this fourth clip right here. I immediately notice a guy. What I go for here is a little peek to just see where he is. And I was going to make my play right there, but he throws a gas bomb at me, so not everything always goes your way. But what I do here, I pop the stim, and I slide out at the door, and this guy, he's not even ready. You can tell that guy, look at him, literally he's just standing here. He wasn't even aimed in, look at him. I'm shooting at him, and this guy doesn't even know where I went. Whenever you master this stuff, you're going to be able to do stuff like that. Literally have your enemy shooting at nothing. So, what I did here was, I knew that guy was going to be coming through that doorway, right? Because I can just hear him with my headset, and also I'm guessing that he's going to come through there because that's the closest spot. So since I know he's going to come through there, what I do is I pop my stim, and then I immediately slide out at him. And you notice also, once you go for that slide, I want you to make sure you don't just stand in a straight line. When I slide here, I move over to the left, and that's kind of what tricks him, combined with the stim boost. So there you go, guys. Those are 4 clips broke down for you. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching the entire video. I really appreciate it, guys. Hope it helped you out a lot. If it did, make sure to drop a like for me, man, because this video took a whole lot of work to put together. So if you guys want more videos like this, make sure to let me know by dropping a like. It would really be appreciated. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and click on this next video so that you guys can watch that and find out more.